All right, Lana, thank you so much for joining. Really excited to talk about broadband today with you.
Thank you again, Tyler. It's a pleasure to be able to speak with you today, and we're honored truly to be recognized for this award, the Digital Inclusivity Award. And it's truly a testament to the hard work and innovative spirit of the entire Bluepeak team. So thank you for that. And I would say the award is incredibly meaningful to us. It highlights our dedication to really creating digital equity, especially in underserved and unserved communities. And it's a recognition like this that really reaffirms that we're on the right path to making fiber high speed accessible to everyone, including those smaller communities who've had limited and insufficient options for far too long. So very excited about this. So thank you.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better. I think, well, I mean, let's really dive into this. I think, so Blue Peak's, 30-year plus history, right, of serving the areas you serve, specifically like the Great Plains and the Midwest, right? You have this deep local presence, right? We've spoken to a lot of ISPs that have this, and we tend to highlight ISPs that have this local presence because to us, much of the work of closing the digital divide really happens in these areas, right? These sort of often overlooked areas. And I think, how does that sort of local presence and that local first perspective influence your approach to delivering high speed internet and also just your customer service, everything?
Yeah, it's a really good question, Tyler. And I think to break it down, we have pride in the fact that we've really cultivated deep connections within the communities we serve and engaging at every level. We prioritize understanding for what makes really each community unique by first engaging with the city leaders. So what are they looking for? What are they looking to do to help foster the economy? But also speaking to our customers, whether those be residents of or MDU properties and our businesses. So really, truly understanding and grasping their goals and their needs. And this approach really enables us to offer reliable choices tailored to the lives and the businesses of those that we would be serving in those communities. Our experience, I would say, often is enriched by those firsthand insights and really equips us to understand and anticipate any challenges we might have, whether that's construction or whether it's offering different types of plans for those residents within the communities. And it also pushes us to really cultivate and continue innovating and meeting the ever changing and evolving demands of the customers. But I would say too, innovation, we speak of that, it's really at the heart of everything we do, Tyler. We're leveraging those different technologies, disruptive technologies, and pioneering those new approaches to really bring high speed fiber internet to even those most remote areas. And this includes in investing a lot of money into our cutting edge fiber optic infrastructure that improves that connectivity along with the greater capacity. So being able to do more at exponentially higher speeds, right? And so I think we do it in a way that ensures when you wrap it all together that our services truly remain affordable and accessible to all as well. So the other thing I would say here is that, our model does really challenge the status quo in the broadband services, specifically in those communities that we're focused on, because they've been unserved and in some never served in some situations, again, limiting the options that are available to the community, the residents and businesses there. And so we're trying to pave the way to really transform those local economies, right, and enhance the quality and the digital inclusivity, I would say, and quality of life for all that are there. And again, it's really about providing that essential infrastructure, specifically around education, being able to work remote, work from home, and then really modernizing some of those businesses that haven't had those choices for far too long. So again, that's how we see making a lasting impact in those communities that we serve.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I think, something we talk a lot about is the transformative power of something like fiber, right?
Yeah.
Something that sort of has this future-proof element to it, this infrastructure investment element, right? This is something where we're building internet across the country today, but we want to make sure we're building something that's going to be relevant in 10 years, right? And that's why we're trying to prioritize this technology. And I think you said it just now, but these significant investments in this infrastructure and these communities, right? This, I think, something I was reading, 115 million in South Dakota, right? 100 million in Oklahoma and Texas. These are massive investments in these communities. How do you sort of think about prioritizing these expansions, and what impact do you anticipate they will ultimately have on closing the divide in these regions?
That's a really good question. What I would say is that we carefully prioritize every expansion to ensure that we're maximizing the impact. And our decisions have primarily been influenced by evident demand within these markets. So, what are the leaders saying? What are the residents saying? And really understanding the availability of the options for those communities. We love coming in. We want to be fiber first in these markets. We want to give them a better choice. And that's why we focus on those communities that are in need of more options. And that, again, includes that better technology of a fiber optic network. But I would say, though, Tyler, that the investments aren't just about building the infrastructure.
Mm.
But again, and I said it earlier, it's about creating the opportunities for economic growth and really improving the quality of life for both consumers and businesses at the end of the day. And we do anticipate that the expansions that we go ahead and roll out will play a critical role in closing that digital divide and bring high-speed fiber internet to those who really need it most.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, this again, that so much of this is wrapped up in the conversation around infrastructure, right? Because that's the first step, sort of paving the way. But the knock-on effects of that down the road, like you said, can be transformative for these communities in so many
Yeah,
ways. I mean, we've seen this
agreed.
firsthand. And I mean, part of that I think is, Bluepeak emphasizes this sort of I'm looking at your website and just the sort of messaging you have, it emphasizes that sort of elimination of the red tape, the hidden costs, a lot of the things that people sort of say are pain points when, working with their ISP, right? How has that sort of, commitment, I would say, to transparency and efficiency really sort of shaped your customer relationships in these communities you served? I mean, especially because we're talking about these areas, right, where they don't have a lot of internet options, right? You're coming in and you're deploying this technology, and a lot of that I've got to imagine is a two-way relationship, right, where you're sort of doing education and you're working with these people to sort of empower them to use these connections.
Yeah, you know what? Our customers appreciate that we deliver what we promise and we bring to the area a new choice of affordable fiber internet at a value with no surprises. And that's truly our value proposition. It's not about something we write on a piece of paper. It's about what we believe in and how we behave and treat our customers. And I would say by making that process really straightforward and customer friendly, we've built trust and loyalty, ensuring that our customers do feel confident in choosing Bluepeak. And our research shows we're always surveying, we're always looking to understand. Our research does show our customers who do get Bluepeak, we strongly outperform the competition on measures of trust, reliability, and customer service, which really, again, just proves that our value proposition does come to life for those customers we serve.
Yeah, and I would even say, your approach, like you were just saying, it goes beyond just providing internet, right? I think when people think about ISPs, that's where they kind of go, right? It's like, okay, this is a service provider, this is just another vendor, right? This is something I have to pay for, and in exchange I get a service. But I think one of the reasons we love highlighting providers with this sort of local centric approach is that, a lot of times what you're doing goes way beyond that, as you've just laid out, right? You're actively contributing to the community and engaging with your stakeholders and your customers, and they're sort of a part of the process, right? They're a part of the development of these services and the customer service you offer. To wrap up, can you just share any examples of how Bluepeak's investments and partnerships have sort of fostered some of this economic and even social growth in the communities that you serve?
Absolutely, I'd love to. Yes, we strongly believe in the power of community partnerships. I will say that. And by working with the local organizations, we promote digital literacy and provide resources to help communities truly and fully utilize the internet. These collaborations have led to real, tangible improvements in people's lives, whether it's through education, business opportunities, or simply just staying connected. And for example, Bluepeak was proud to sponsor an 8-week digital skills for seniors training program in Wyoming at the state or Wyoming State Museum. And we were inspired truly by the growth in the digital literacy and confidence of those participants. They were able to navigate devices and their apps, and they were able to improve their overall ability to stay safe online. And we did it in such a way that we've been asked to repeat the course. So we're in talks to continue to be able to offer that type of service there and extend it to some of our other markets that we serve. In addition, we've also brought connectivity and convenience and revenue right where it matters in these markets. And it could be something as simple as a local ballpark, which we've certainly worked with to provide connectivity. It's really giving them the ability to gain access to credit card machines and increase concession stand sales to help them and give back to the teams in the community as well. It's so simple, but it's something that truly matters to the communities. And I think the last example I would share, Tyler, is our collaboration with local schools like Blackwell High School in Oklahoma. We've also provided the schools and students with resources that they need to be successful in a digital world, and we've helped businesses alike. So definitely several examples of that. We stay true to our commitments to the communities and continue to sponsor programs, events, and find ways that we can, again, give back to the communities. So hopefully that gives you a few examples in terms of what we're doing.
Absolutely. Yeah, that sort of support, helping schools and other anchor institutions stay online. I think this is one of the most, under talked about elements of closing the digital divide, right? It's not just about people's individual connection. It's about making sure that these institutions have this robust connectivity, right? Because it touches every element of our lives, healthcare, education, right? All of these elements. And I
Agreed.
think that some of the work that you've done is incredible, and we're honored to highlight Bluepeak's efforts. And just thank you so much, Lana, for talking to me today about it.
Well, thank you. Again, I'd just like to say that digital inclusivity is more important than ever. You just summed it up very well, and we're committed and continue to be committed to leading the charge in closing the digital divide. I very much appreciate your time today, and certainly, hopefully, we'll talk again soon to hear about more of the things that we're doing here at Bluepeak. So thank you.